Hi, I'm Heather, and I've got several fun projects for you today. Our first one is going to be a remake of this gather sign. I got this at Dollar General several years ago, and I just didn't really ever find a place for it. So I popped off all the letters, and we'll save the frame for another craft someday. And I had this board already painted. It's agave Waverly chalk paint, and it was black underneath. It was another little sign that I'm redoing that was black, and so I just did a rough coat of the agave chalk paint on top of that. So now I'm just going to glue all of these letters into place. So you can use any wood you've got, or just scrap lumber, or redo anything. I just rarely throw things away that can be reused. So I have quite the collection. I actually have been doing all my videos in the last couple months with 90% of things I already have. So I've got a pretty good stash going. Now I'm just going to make it look a little more fallish. I'm going to add a couple of the maple leaves in the greenish blue color that are at Dollar Tree right now, as well as this flower that's in the fall floral at Dollar Tree. I'm just going to tuck some glue under there to hold it in place. And sometimes you got to cut that center out so you can get it to lay flat, and then just reassemble it once you can glue it down. And there we get that back on. And I'm going to tuck another leaf up here. So you just kind of got to look at it and play it by ear, see what looks best. And there, it's completed. Our second project today is going to be a little candle stand, and we're going to use these little wooden squares that I got from Amazon that I will link in the description box. And then we're also going to use wooden beads. I've got 4 of the larger wooden beads and 32 of the smaller ones, and that was mostly, I won't use quite that many, but that was in case one falls and gets lost or anything like that. I've got cats that like to play with round things, so you never know. So I'm just starting by taking some of this. I got a little bit too much stain, so I'm just taking that and covering the squares. You're going to need 2, one for the top and one for the bottom. And I did stain both sides. So now I'm going to spread them out on a paper towel here so they can dry. And just kind of pat them off a little bit. And while we're waiting for that to dry, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did the candle. I wanted to make it look a little more fallish, so I just took some ribbon that I got at Dollar Tree. And I happen to just have this pillar candle at home already. And I'm just going to use my glue gun and get the ribbon to lay down here. going to add a little bit of embellishment. I've got one of these greenish blue leaves from Dollar Tree that I'm really loving this year. And then another fall floral. I just took a little flower off of there just to make it go a little bit better for fall with my other things. And then once we get everything dry, we're going to start gluing things on. Now, there's going to be a top and a bottom, and these beads are going to go all around the edge in between the top and the bottom pieces. So we're going to start by just gluing on. And I did end up just using glue gun, but I had to hold things down and let them dry a little bit between each one to make sure that they were going to stick nice and good. And each side took 6 or 7, depending on when you count the end pieces. And I'm just going to finish going around here. Just want to take a minute to tell everybody that I'm really appreciating all of your subscriptions and your likes and your comments. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. It really helps my channel. And if you hit the little bell, it will notify you when I upload new videos, which is every 2 or 3 days right now. I'm usually posting a new one, so you don't want to miss out. So now I'm just putting some hot glue and also some super glue. I like these little tubes from Dollar Tree. They work out really well for small projects. And I'm just letting this sit for a little while to firm up. And there you can kind of see the little balls in between there, so it's kind of a neat effect. And then the 4 bigger ones that we used for the wooden beads, I'm going to use for the legs. So I'm just sticking them on. And here's how it came out. Just a cute little stand. You could put a candle in a little glass jar, or you could put anything on it, even a little vase, but it's just a cute little stand. Our third do-it-yourself is going to be these cute magnets. And here you're going to need to take one of the Dollar Tree calendars for 2022. I used the Farmer's Market one. And I cut these images off of the back side. They're the little preview ones you can see when the calendar's in the package. And I've seen lots of people making these on Pinterest and on YouTube, and I just wanted to make some too because they're so cute. And I'm just taking 3 of the small tumbling tower Jenga type blocks from Dollar Tree, and I'm just putting a little super glue, which also is from Dollar Tree, and glue gun on each one, holding them in place till they get dried. And I'm just going to repeat this process for all 4. I picked out 4 that seemed to kind of go well together. And I think I'm going to probably be making some more of these with the other calendars that I have. So once we get these all cut, I already have the little images cut out, but I needed to trim them down a little bit more. So I just laid one of the set of blocks on top of it and traced around it and could see better what I needed to cut off. And so I just kind of trimmed them all up a little bit. Now I'm just kind of picking the extra glue off from the glue gun And then I'm going to take some Mod Podge, and I'm going to put a very thin layer on each set of blocks and then place an image on top. And I just kind of use my palm of my hand to push down on it. And you want to make sure you do a really light layer, otherwise it's going to wrinkle for you, and you want it to lay as flat as possible. So once it dries, it kind of sucks it in tighter to the wood, and that will help too. So now we just let these sit and wait, and then I do a layer on top of Mod Podge also. After that, I'm going to put some magnets on the back, and I got this package of magnets from Amazon, and I can link that in the comments. And then I just use a little piece of some super glue, and they had an adhesive backing already on them too, and got them all ready. And here I do that second coat. And it makes some cute little magnets for your refrigerator or your filing cabinet. I think these will look cute in the kitchen since they're about food. And here we go. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you're having a great one. Till next time, we'll see you then. Bye.